Hi everyone, it's Bobby with Bloominhearts. I have a really cute pet card for you. It's using the Bella and Friends stamp set. There are two of these, one with cats and one with dogs. I'm a dog person, so I bought this set. And I used 3 of the dogs, and I masked them off so I could stack one on top of the other. And it says, "I'll be your up when you're feeling down." And on the inside, this is actually a get well card. On the inside it says, "Wishing you a quick and complete recovery, get well soon." I made this card originally for my grandson because his dog was very sick. She's a mixed breed, and last Monday she was just fine. By Tuesday she was a little bit apathetic. She didn't want to eat much. By Wednesday morning she was so sick she couldn't keep anything on her stomach. She wouldn't even drink water. So we took her to the vet and she tested positive for parvo. And I didn't know a whole lot about parvo, but they said her chances of survival were very slim. But lo and behold, we won the battle. But I made him this card because he was just devastated that his little dog was so sick. They become like your family. They're little people. So I wanted to show you this card. I colored it with Copics, and I just did a real simple coloring job. They're so small it doesn't require a lot of shading. So I just used, on the first dog, I just used a light coat of one of the E's. It is E34. And then I just went back in and added a little shadow to it. But it just made the cutest little card. If I tell you, I didn't know much about parvo. I'm a person nurse. I don't know that much about taking care of pets other than feeding them and, you know, getting their regular shots and that type of stuff. But the vet said this virus comes on really fast and it takes them down really quick. And the biggest problem is dehydration. So we got some Pedialyte on the way home from the vet and started hydrating her, and she hated the Pedialyte. We had to force it down her throat with a syringe. But she disliked the taste of it so bad she finally started drinking water just to rinse out her mouth. But by Friday she was up moving around, and now she's doing great. She is her old self again. I got a little brown on the bone here, and you can take your colorless blender and take that color out, because I don't want to color the bone. I want to leave it plain. And then I'm going to take a darker shade. This one is E55. And I'm just going to put some shadows in it a little bit. And their hair is real wispy, and I just kind of put some flicking strokes on there. And I don't think this one's going to be... It's a little bit darker, but it's not quite dark enough. I've got another shade with me that I'll put on there. Oh, I missed that ear. It's on this side. It looks like the next dog's tail, kind of. But you know, when you have pets, they're like your family, like having little kids. And you just get so attached to them. Oh my goodness, it's just... And it's devastating when they're sick. You know, they can't tell you what hurts them. They just... And you know the videos you see on TV where the humane societies and different places show you videos of dogs that have been abused or mistreated or just living on the streets, and they all have these big sad moppy eyes, and they just really tear your heart out. Well, that's exactly what Roxy looked like. She was really a sick puppy. The vet didn't think we had much chance of survival, but I had to bring her home and try. And it worked. So she's her old self now, and grandson's a happy fella. But you know, you may have a friend who has a puppy, maybe sometimes when they're really old and sickly, you have to put them down. And that's what the vet kind of advocated us. She said our chances were so Slim that she would go ahead and put Roxy down when we took her in last Wednesday if that's what we wanted, and I said no. Let me take her home and see what we can do. So we did. We made it. We were one of the lucky ones. Okay, so that is that one. We're going to put a little blue collar on it. And she's got a little red heart on her chest. And the next dog has a red heart too, so we'll just catch that one as we go. Got a little red heart up here. And I'm going to put a red collar on this one because I'm going to make the balloon red this time and put it on a red background. The other two are on a Smoky Slate background. What else? Oh, I need the little pink for his cheeks. Give him some little rosy cheeks. Just a tiny bit. Okay, and the next one is going to be gray. I like gray. I hope this is light. Let me see. Yes, it is. It's a very light gray. So we're going to just base this one in with a light gray. And this is C2. That's a cool gray. Copic has cool grays, warm grays, and neutral grays. The cool grays are more of a, maybe a bluish cast, kind of a silvery gray. Okay, and this one's going to get an orange color. And I'm not even going to shade those collars because they're so tiny. Okay, this was C2. Let me see what else I got. That's C1. And that's the blender. N3. What is this? Didn't bring any more C's with me. Let's see if this one's dark enough for it. That might be. I just dab in some of this darker color a little bit, just to kind of set the ears apart from the body. I just want a little bit of color in here, a little bit of shading. Nothing too drastic because they're very tiny little images. Let's put a little pink on this one's cheeks too. A little dab will do it. And we'll blend these colors out. Okay. Now Roxy is actually a black dog. So the next one has to be darker to be Roxy. That is C. I don't want that E. And we'll start with the N5. It's the lightest of the three I've got. And it's kind of a dark gray. I didn't want to start with a real dark black because then you won't even be able to see her features. Put a little darker color right here. in front of the hind leg. It's going to kind of blend out there. Go back to a little bit lighter gray here so I can manage my shadows. Where's my colorless blender? I want to take a little bit of color out here on that hind leg so it shows up a little bit more, and a little off the belly, so you've got some shape there. Okay. Okay, is this the... yeah, we want to use this one. Then I'll go back and add in some more dark. I'll get her darker, but it's real hard to do it in the beginning. If you start out with the real dark, you can't even see where you're going. Okay, so this is in 3. Make sure I put the caps back on the right one. I put them on the wrong ones before. That's a disaster, I'll tell you what. Okay. Put a little more of this dark in here. So she looks more like a dark gray or a black dog. Just kind of patting it around. I don't want to lose my shape. Okay. I don't know if you're going to be able to see the pink on this one's cheeks or not. Maybe just a tiny bit. And her neck looks like it's a little bit detached from the body. Let me put a little gray in there. There we go. Now the balloon. And I'm going to use R46 for the balloon. Try not to get out of frame here so y'all can see what I'm doing. Now there's a little bow right here on her neck. Okay. Put a second coat over on this side so it's a little bit darker over here. And then you can take your colorless blender and just, they show you right here where there's a highlight, where the light's shining on it. You can just go over that with your colorless blender and it'll take out just a little bit of color so it looks like a highlight. So, let's get some snail on here. And we'll put this down the center of the card. It's the full 5½ length of the card, and I cut it at 4 wide, just so it'll go down the front of the card. So there's today's card with the red balloon. And this one is on Smoky Slate. Both of these are on Smoky Slate with a green and orange balloon. So that's the Get Well Puppy card. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please give it a thumbs up. And if you need any supplies, go to my Stampin' Up! Store at Bloominhearts at stampinup.net. And I'll see you soon, guys. Thanks a lot. Bye.